Hey everybody, I'm Jordan with 9 to 5 Toys, and while I work on putting together a full studio tour of my kind of YouTube space here, I thought it might be a nice time to go ahead and call out a couple of recent upgrades I've made to the studio. So today we're going to be talking about this Flexispot Q8 desk. Now I've used some other Flexispot desks in the past. Actually, my main editing area has two of them set up in an L right now. You can check out a review up here in the corner if you want to see a little bit more about that one. But this is a different model that has a lot of features built into it right out of the box. It's not the kind of a la carte add upgrades as you go experience. It's a kind of like a one size fits all. They've added some nice features to it. So while this isn't my main desk for editing, it's been a very welcomed addition for B-roll and then also just as a separate angle when I am shooting YouTube videos. So let's dive in and check it out. Like I said, we will be doing a full studio tour coming up and also a couple videos before that talking about other upgrades like the lights that I'm using right now, so make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss those. A Flexispot basically has two different versions of this desk, and what kind of sets it apart and makes it more unique is that it has a built-in drawer. Also has all the controls over here on the side. It has some charging options like USB-A and USB-C. And what makes this version, this is the Pro version, the Q8, what makes this better and also more expensive is that it has dual motors in the legs, which increases the lifting capacity. It has a wireless charging pad over here, and then the overall desktop is a few inches wider at 55 inches. So while the Pro version is considerably more expensive with a list price of $700, the base version is more affordable and usually comes in at $400. Now both of those are on sale right now, so head over to Flexispot with the link down in the description if you want to check out those sales. Now you can save $100 on the base version and I think $50 on this version right now at the time we are recording this. So why would you want to choose this desk over some of the competition, even against some of Flexispot's other desks? Well, if you need a drawer, which can be very handy and very convenient, I don't think there are a whole lot of options out there. Usually there are other accessories you can add on to it if you want to add one separately. But Flexispot has built this one, built into the desk, which is pretty handy. This one on the Pro, the Q8, is a little bit bigger than the base, and so you can fit plenty of things in here. I've got kind of some of my unboxing tools in here. I can also put in like my mouse and keyboard, and I can even fit the mouse pad in here if I roll it up. So it's a nice way to be able to keep, accessories that you use frequently, but not all the time, to keep them close at hand. So it kind of frees up clutter on top of your desk, but you still have all those things really close nearby. Additionally, underneath the desk on this version, the Q8, there is a cable tray in the back, which helps to minimize clutter, but we'll talk a little bit more about that in a second. And what makes this also great just as a YouTube B-roll or even kind of like a testing bench is that I can obviously raise this up and down. So when I am shooting B-roll, I can adjust the height so I get the perfect angle that I'm looking for. If I'm using it as a test bench, I can just walk up to it when it's in the standing position. I also typically use this with my top-down shots. I'll put a C-stand over top, and once again, I can adjust the height exactly where I need it for whatever product I am unboxing or reviewing. So some really nice features in having a height adjustable stand as this B-roll, second shooter kind of location. By my measurements, this desk can go all the way down to 23.5 inches and all the way up to 49 inches. I'm about 6'1", and there's plenty of height in this thing for me to be able to comfortably stand at it and work without any issues or any posture issues. Of course, on the control panel here, there are up and down arrows to, just quickly adjust the height. And it's adjusting here, you can hear the sound, it's pretty quiet. It kind of has inertia and slows down as it's getting to a point, so it's not like a sudden stop that would cause things to jerk and move. And then there are 4 different presets that you can save here. So if you do want to set, for 2 different people, if you want to have a sit and a standing height, that is possible with the 4 different controls. And then like we mentioned, there's USB-A and USB-C charging right here if you need to plug in and power up. And then also on this Pro version, we do have the wireless charging pad up here. So very handy, you can just lay a device down there and power it up while you're sitting at your desk. As far as measurements, this desk is measuring in at 55 inches wide by about 27 3/4 inches deep. So there are a lot of, great features here. It's nice to kind of have the all-in-one desk where you have the drawer, you have the controls built in right here, you have the extra charging, the more powerful motors, but there are still some drawbacks with this desk. The top is this beautiful bamboo, which looks beautiful, I think, with the white legs. I believe you can also get this in a dark bamboo, and you can also get black legs if you'd rather, darken up the whole color of it. Unfortunately, it does, in my experience, seem to be a little soft, as I've already kind of dinged it up a couple of times. There are a few marks here kind of towards the edge. There's one even bigger mark when I was actually setting it up. I just laid it up against another desk or something else and it put a little mark in it. So in my experience, you do want to be careful with this desk as it can get kind of dinged up. Occasionally when doing some big adjustments from like going from sitting to standing, it will just kind of stop. It's almost like it's acting like it's hitting some sort of interference when there's nothing in the way, and it'll kind of go back down. So this isn't every single time I adjust the desk, but occasionally that happens, and I'm not quite sure what's going on with that. One other little thing that kind of annoys me about this desk, because I've used some of Flexispot's other desks, is the buttons here. They're just touch capacitive, so you don't actually push anything in. You just kind of tap the face, and that's what makes the adjustment. With the other desks, it's actually like a physical button. You can push and feel it when you actually push it in, and I prefer that setup. As with these, it's a little bit harder to tell if you're actually tapping it or not. It's a very light tap, so it's not going to be shaking the desk or anything. For me personally, I prefer a physical button that you have to push in. One other gripe that I have with this desk is that it's great that it comes with a cable tray. You can put a power strip in there, plug in all of your devices, and then you just have the one cord going down to your power. Only issue with that is that the cable tray just kind of sits in the middle. It doesn't go to the side, so you still have your power cord kind of coming down from like the right 3/4 or the left 3/4 of the desk. It's not like all the way over at the edge. So I would have preferred the cable tray to be longer so that it is pushed off more towards the end of the desk. Of course, it's still out of the way. It's, just the one cable coming down, and you can still put your legs in there, not have to worry about hitting anything, but it would have been nicer if that went a little bit further so that it's still cleaned up underneath the desk a little bit more. And moving it up to the full standing height here, I mean, there can be, it's a two-leg design, so there can be a little bit of wobble when you have it all the way up here. It's never been anything to me that's gotten in the way or, been something that I can't live with when I am either gaming here or typing, working on an article. It's always been manageable for me. That being said, I have it, sitting on a monitor stand here. I'm not using an arm or anything like that. And there is, it does come with a wooden block that you can use to help mount a monitor arm because of the design with this little bit thicker kind of edge here. It can be a little bit harder to mount a monitor arm, but it does come with a wooden block to make that a little bit easier. And here we'll take it up to the maximum height so you can see how that is. Once again, I'm about 6'1". This is the top, so that's higher than I would usually have it. But it's nice to have that option if I do need to go a little bit higher. So all in all, Flexispot continues to be one of our favorite brands at 9 to 5 Toys because it's a nice kind of middle ground between quality and price. There are definitely better quality options out there. There are also a lot more expensive options out there. But Flexispot has always kind of hit the nice little in-between. And this desk, while I probably could have gotten away just fine with going with the base version, not the Q8 Pro version, this has been a great upgrade to my studio and made shooting B-roll, shooting unboxings, having another kind of test bench area has just made my life a lot easier with it. I do plan on picking up some of the caster wheels for this to make it moving around my studio a little bit easier and make it a little bit more versatile. But even so far, I've been just really enjoying having this desk as another setup option in my YouTube studio. So if you're looking kind of an all-in-one desk that has some nice upgrades to it, it has a drawer, has some cable management things in the back, has a pretty massive load capacity with 220 pounds. This is definitely worth a look. Once again, check those links in the description if you want to check them out. And also just want to mention again, 2 of these models are on sale right now. The base, I believe, is $100 off, and this Q8 Pro version is $50 off. So great time to pick one up if you've been thinking about it. All right, well, that's gonna do it for this look at the Flexispot Q8. Let us know what you think about it down in the comments below. And if you're looking for some other videos to watch, I'll link to our review of our other Flexispot desk, as well as our most recent video. And thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up so others can find it easier, and consider subscribing. This is Jordan with 9 to 5 Toys.